watching Alexa, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my perfume collection. I decided to delve into the fragrances by category, and I will timestamp these in the description box for your convenience. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and you can hit that notification bell so that you're always notified of when I post new videos. Let's start a conversation in the comments about fragrances today. The first fragrance today is going to be my Burberry. I am not a fragrance sommelier, so I cannot describe all the notes for you, but I can pull them up on Fragrantica and tell you that the main accords are floral sweet, white floral, citrus, and fresh spicy. And if I had to put this in a scenario, I would say that this is a good fragrance to wear for a job interview or just working in an office, because it is professional and yet not too playful, not too fruity, not too sweet. I'm very into fragrances that have musk, that are sweet, that have possibly patchouli. That's pretty much my grind. Sweet, musky fragrances are really my thing. Next we have the flanker of that fragrance. This is the My Burberry Blush, and it is in a slightly more blush toned bottle. And if you're wondering where all the caps are, I actually keep them all in a container because I can't be bothered. I keep these in a drawer in my dresser. My fragrances tend to fall when I pull them up by the cap, so I don't. I just have them all standing in my drawer, and it makes so much more sense to not have the cap on. So the blush version is described as a fresh, spicy, fruity, floral, fresh rose. Yes, fresh twice. A fresh spicy though, at that. I would put this in a similar category to the other one. I don't think you need both of them, but I don't find them super alike, if that makes any sense. This one is kind of a little bit more romantic, fresh, slightly more playful than the original. So if you are a little less serious, you might want to pick up this one instead. My next fragrance here is by Coach, and this is the Coach Floral. It's described as a white floral, sweet, fruity, musky rose. Yeah, I guess so. It is a sweet, musky fragrance that I would typically go for with a tinge of rose. Although I will say this fragrance is really addictive. It's a bit like a kitten at a pet store. You kind of can't resist it because it's nice. I mean, I like to wear this one, and I find it sticks well, and I get compliments from my boyfriend. I find men typically like sweet fragrances. Next we have Jimmy Choo L'eau, and that translates to water. I'm so good at French. The main accords are floral, fresh, rose, musky, citrus, fresh, spicy. Ugh. I don't love this perfume. I don't find it that memorable. It's quite soft, and it doesn't last. I mean, you look at the bottle and you think it's gonna be like Flower Bomb, and it's nothing like it. It's a bit sweet, it's light, it's got kind of like a body spray quality to it, and I'm just not sold on this. I'm actually using it up though. I mean, I have no problem using these things up because I do enjoy using them. It's just I have so many other fragrances. My next fragrance is Elizabeth Arden Untold. The main accords are white floral, fruity, sweet, soft, spicy, and musky. This is another one of those, I feel like it's appropriate to wear in the office type of fragrance. I don't know why. Elizabeth Arden always gives me a really professional vibe up until we get to the Always Red fragrance, which is one of my favorites because it's just so sweet and musky. Another thing to note about Elizabeth Arden is they are a fragrance house. They make a lot of fragrances. They actually make a lot of the celebrity perfume fragrances. So I love me the patchouli and the musk, so yeah, that explains why I enjoy this fragrance, I guess. I'd say more spring, fall, winter, not super summery, I guess. I don't know. Just because I have so many fragrances that are, actually not many fragrances, but I have some that are very distinctly summer, so I wouldn't categorize this as that, but. Next I have Stella Nude. This is straight up rose. I got this at the L'Oreal sale. Main accords on Fragrantica are rose, floral, fresh, citrus, and amber. A bit of that powder smell that a lot of very floral fragrances have. It's got grapefruit in it, so I guess it helps balance out some of the very floral qualities about it. As a base, it has vanilla and amber. I do like this. I find it wears very well, and it feels very classic, and I don't know, I feel like it's very ladylike. So I wear this when I want to be a lady. Alright, here we have YSL Parisienne. This is what you might describe as a grandma fragrance. To me, it smells very winter. I bought this a long time ago at the L'Oreal sale. This is described as a fruity, rose, floral, powdery, woody vinyl fragrance. I mostly smell the rose, to be honest. The rose and the vinyl, there's something about it. It's strange. I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one, but I'm using it. I don't remember the campaign for Michael, I was gonna call him Michael Jackson. I don't remember the campaign for Marc Jacobs Lola, but I remember being sucked in by the campaign. If I had the chance to go back in time and repurchase, I would not. The main accords are rose, floral, fresh, sweet, and aromatic. It's pretty long lasting. I just don't find it all that special. It kind of smells generic is what I'm getting at. It works as an everyday fragrance, it works as an evening fragrance, but it's just, I wouldn't miss it if it disappeared from my collection, I guess is what I'm saying. Next I have Ralph by Ralph Lauren, and this is quite old. Floral, fruity, fresh, green, citrus. So sweet, musky, and this was very much my juvenile fragrance, so I admittedly don't wear this that often, and when I do get the chance to give this to someone I know, I probably will. But I do like it still. It's just, I feel like it's very young just because I wore it when I was very young. My next fragrance is discontinued. This is by the brand Marc, which is under Avon, and it's called St. Barts Soleil. Oh baby, this smells like straight up suntan lotion and I'm on the freaking beach. If there is any fragrance that I could describe as beach in a bottle, this is it. Main accords: tropical, coconut, fruity, white floral, and sweet. The coconut milk, girl, this is just, oh. If anyone knows a fragrance that's similar to this or has similar notes to this, please recommend down below. I want another fragrance that smells like the beach because I am going to finish this summer. This is Rose Bulgara by Zara, and obviously the main accord is rose. Then we've got floral, woody, balsamic, and powdery, and yeah, it's a powdery rose fragrance. I did not realize I had such a thing for rose until I started going through my floral fragrances. Most of them have rose in them. It's pretty heavy, but it doesn't last too long. That's what I found about it, and I'm almost done and I can't wait to finish this because it takes up a lot of room in my drawer. And would I repurchase? No, but I do think it's a nice fragrance, and if you can get this on sale or for cheap, it's not bad. I don't know about you guys, but I was starting to get bored of the floral fragrances, and I'm so happy to be now on the Oriental fragrance category. Angel Muse by Terry Mugler. I'm on the PR list for Clarins fragrances, so I do receive Terry Mugler, one of my favorite labels in my collection because the fragrances are so unique and they smell gorgeous. This is categorized as an Oriental vanilla. It's patchouli, earthy, woody, warm, spicy, and aromatic. This just smells like chocolate hazelnut to me. I really love this fragrance, and I think it's really good for the holiday season and the winter in general. That's when I like it most, and in the fall as well. Terry Mugler's Alien, and I have two of these, but I'm trying to finish up the small one, which I don't want to because the bottle is so cute. So I'm trying to use up this one first because it's the one that's got the bigger dent in it. The notes are jasmine, sambac, sounds like a name, cashmere, wood, and ambergris, and that's it. And it's just a very alluring fragrance, amazing for fall and winter, and I feel really sexy when I wear it. Alien is probably my current favorite fragrance, if I'm really honest with you, out of all my fragrances. And I don't know why I didn't get on this sooner, but receiving it in the PR and then just comparing it to my other fragrances and the way I have them on rotation, this is always one I reach for when I'm going out for supper with the boy. So yeah, I like this one. This Amazon Majestic kind of poison ivy looking Avatar. Avatar is blue, actually. What am I talking about? This was a bit of a controversial fragrance by Thierry Mugler. It's called Aura. Its main accords are sweet, vanilla, woody, white floral, and sour. And if I could describe this to you, it smells like delicious cough syrup. It does really smell kind of medicinal, and it smells very different from other perfumes. If you've never smelt this, I suggest you go and try it out and spray it on yourself and see how you feel about it. People either like it or hate it. Next, we have another one from Thierry Mugler. This is the second to last. I promise I'm going to stop. This is the Etoile des Rêves, and it is a sweet patchouli, vanilla, milky, warm, spicy, musky fragrance. Again, it is kind of festive, and it does have a kind of chocolate quality to it, but not like hazelnut. So I kind of like it better. This is an Oriental vanilla. I don't know, I feel like it's a bit more well-rounded, although I really do love Angel Muse a lot as well. I love the packaging of this. It's beautiful vanity candy. We have the pump, which locks and unlocks, all around stunning fragrance. Next we have Thierry Mugler Eau de Sucrée. I think it's Sucrée. Anyways, main accords, sweet, fruity, patchouli, caramel, and vanilla. And yeah, these people do their desserts really well. Everything is very gourmand. This is described as an Oriental vanilla again, but this is a lot sweeter than the previous fragrances. So if you are someone who loves sweet fragrances, definitely check this out. It's a sophisticated sweet fragrance, unlike a lot of other fragrances which are sweet and kind of kiddie smelling. This is probably my favorite Elizabeth Arden fragrance, and also one of my favorite fragrances to wear. This is the Elizabeth Arden Always Red, and it is nothing like the other fragrances which feel very professional woman next door. This one is a lot sweeter and musky. The accords are sweet, fruity, amber, citrus, woody, and white floral. I have featured this in monthly favorites several times, and I always go back to it, and I really love it. And this is also in my I'm trying to finish fragrances, but I don't really want to finish it, if that makes any sense. Between this and Alien, these are my two evening go-to fragrances. I love them so much. So if you have similar taste in fragrance as I do, then you will really love those two fragrances. Alright, next we have Mon Guerlain by Guerlain, obviously. This is the one that had the campaign with Angelina Jolie. This is a very ladylike, sophisticated, I'm sexy but I'm not trying to be sexy fragrance. Its main accords are vanilla, powdery, aromatic, floral, and fresh spicy. I wish it lasted longer, and I can see myself going through this very quickly, to be frank with you, but I do really like the fragrance. It smells quite nice, and it's a very safe but nice fragrance, if you know what I mean. Next I have this older fragrance from Miss 60. I believe I got this at Winners, which is the Canadian equivalent to Marshall's. This is described as a sweet, sour, fruity, amber, soft, spicy fragrance. It's also classified as a Oriental floral. I do like this fragrance, but I just don't reach for it. Maybe it's the bottle, I can't explain it, but I do like it. I just don't reach for it very often, and I've almost decluttered it several times, but then I'm just like, no, like I do like it. So I want to use this more, maybe in the spring. I'll probably have my fragrances on rotation as I'm trying to finish them up. I do wear perfume every day, and I am quite generous and very liberal with spraying it on, so I can get through them pretty quickly. All right, we are past the halfway point, and we are on to fruity fragrances. Most of my fruity fragrances are from Juicy Couture. Viva La Juicy fragrances are produced by Elizabeth Arden, just in case you were wondering. This particular fragrance is called Viva La Juicy Rose. It has main accords of rose, obviously, floral, fresh, fruity, white, floral, and citrus. For anyone who is familiar with Juicy Couture fragrances, you know they do great fruity scents. They do great sweet scents. Next I have Viva La Juicy Sucrée, which looks like a cupcake, basically. And this has accords of sweet, vanilla, fruity, white floral, cocoa, and almond. This smells like dessert, so if you want to smell like dessert, this is the one for you. I mean, in a less sophisticated way than the Terry Mugler fragrances, these are more youthful and a little bit less mysterious and more girly. Next we have Viva La Juicy Glacé. The main accords are sweet, white, floral, fruity, vanilla, and citrus. This one is more like a wintry sweet. It is less desserty and it's got more of a fresh smell to it. I'm on the PR for these, so I do get quite a few of them. They start to smell a little bit similar, so you don't need all of these. It is very nice nonetheless, and I do prefer this one to the very sweet one, which is the Sucrée. And the rose one is probably my favorite out of the three of them. But then I also have the I Am Juicy from Juicy Couture, which, as you can see, this one I am actually trying to finish up, and it smells really good, and it pains me to finish this one up, but this one is probably my favorite out of all of the Juicy Couture fragrances that I've received. So this is a great go-to summer fragrance, I find. The main accords in this are sweet, white floral, fruity, tropical, fresh, and citrus. It's much more up my alley. I feel like it's a bit more sophisticated than the other sweet fragrances. More tropical, but also citrusy and fresh and floral. It's got a really nice mix of notes, so I do really enjoy this one compared to the other few. Don't get me wrong, they are very fun and sweet and such, but I feel like this one is a little bit more age appropriate and sophisticated for someone in their 30s like myself, although I don't let my age determine what I'm wearing. My next fragrance is this one by Elizabeth Arden. This is from their green tea collection. It's Nectarine Blossom, and it is a fruity, sweet, green, fresh, and powdery fragrance. I wish that they would zhuzh up the packaging of these types of fragrances because they feel a little bit, I don't know, 1993 Avon catalog or something. So yeah, it's a bit tacky and it looks like a cheap body spray, even though it's not a cheap product. And I think that that is what irks me about it, but I'm going to try to look past that and actually use it because I think these fragrances smell very nice actually. So I mean, I'll get around to using it this summer and I'll let you know. The last fruity fragrance, which is actually the only green aromatic fragrance that I have in my entire collection, is this one by L'Occitane, which is called Green Tea. I once wore this in an office where I was working as an administrative assistant. I was doing that for about 4 years, and I never made the mistake of wearing this at the office again because when I walked by someone's office, they said it smelled like the market, and I was like mortified a little bit. But I still find that it smells delicious. It works for both men and women. It's described as green citrus, ozonic, fresh, spicy, and fresh. Fresh spicy. And I love it, I really do. And I even wear this in the wintertime, even though it's not a very winter appropriate fragrance, because I find in the wintertime fragrances kind of stick to your skin and smell more poignant in a way. We are on the last category, which is woody fragrances. Elizabeth Arden's White Tea. And it is described as green, aromatic, amber, woody, marine, and powdery, and it's a woody floral musk. I find that this smells very fresh and clean. I feel like this is very office appropriate, but it's also nice in the spring and summer. I think it's more springy, but that's just my personal preference, although it does have C notes, and I find things that have C notes do remind me of summer. It's very conservative, wearable, but nice and interesting at the same time. Next, I'm cheating a little bit. I have this fragrance by Narciso Rodriguez, and it is the one in the black bottle, which I used to have, and I finished up the 100 ml, and it's kind of bittersweet to me because I don't plan on repurchasing this, because I feel like fragrances are something I wore in a time of my life. This is a musky, white floral, citrus, and fruity fragrance. I really just love musky fragrances. I feel like they're very sexy. This was almost, I would say, my signature fragrance for a few years. Maybe one day I will repurchase when I have less fragrances if I don't find something I like better that is more suitable to me in that time, but I have a lot of memories associated to it. It was a great part of my 20s. It was a fragrance I got a lot of compliments on. I also have the rose version, and it does smell quite a bit more floral. The pink version is described as musky, rose, patchouli, balsamic, and warm spicy. So a bit similar, but I like the black one better. It's just so sad. I actually got this after having the black one, thinking that this was gonna be my new signature, this and that. And it wasn't. I still like this one and I will still wear it. My last two fragrances are from Clean, and then you are off the hook, girl. I can't believe you made it through this video. I really like these fragrances because you can mix them, so they wear very nicely mixed with our other Clean fragrances. Sometimes I layer them with my other perfumes. This one has main accords of aromatic, woody, floral, musky, and citrus. This is described as a woody floral musk. I could smell this on a man or a woman. That's what I really like about it. It's ambiguous, and if you want to add a little bit more punch to another fragrance, you can add this one and then layer a different one on top, or vice versa, and it just helps kind of add more notes to your mystique. And last but not least, another Clean fragrance. This is the Ultimate Beach Night one, and this is another beachy fragrance. I do really like those beachy fragrances, but I don't have so many in my collection because I live in Montreal and it is cold in Canada most of the year. I tend to gravitate towards musky and sweet fragrances because they're most appropriate to me, but I do like fragrances like this in the summer. Again, layerable, very nice. So this is another floral woody musk fragrance. Main accords of floral, aromatic, marine, citrus, fresh spicy, and white floral. I like to use either this one or my Barts Soleil Saint Barts fragrance to layer up with other perfumes to kind of beachify them. So yeah. Alright, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I'm actually exhausted right now and I'm gonna go and eat something. If you like any of these fragrances, or if you have fragrance recommendations for me, leave them down below. I don't promise that I'm going to buy them necessarily because I have enough in my collection as it is, but I do like to generate conversation in the comments down below. Hopefully some of you can find suggestions down there for fragrances that you might love. I hope that you hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. Check out one of my previous videos linked down below, and follow me on Instagram via Alexa Likes. Bye!